Hi, thanks for joining me again. I'm Stephen Cronin. This is another watercolour demo. This is another one of Sutton Park. I've done a few of them recently. Again, using a photograph, another dull day, so I've had to make up these shadows. So, before I start painting, let me show you the photograph I've used for this painting. There's plenty to have a go on this. We've got path leading all the way through, right into the distance there, some far, just about to see that land and a few trees there. And then coming further forward, plenty of trees on the right hand side, some nice sort of light reddy, burnt umber sort of colours over here, bit of green to mix in as well. So let's have a crack at this one. I'm going to get started then with a big height brush, bit of water, then I might add a bit of raw sienna. Like that. In the brush, ultramarine as well. See a bit of sky there, past the trees. And clean the brush. Now I'm going to do the most distant bit of land I can see. So I'm just going to go in the same colours, raw sienna, a bit of ultramarine. A little bit of, just about to see that. I mean, just in front of you. Got the odd bit of. I think I did that just slightly too wet. But it's not a problem. Going slightly further forward, I'm going to introduce a little bit of lemon yellow into that ultramarine and raw sienna. Just in front of there, we've got a slightly bigger tree. Pull that down a bit. Yeah, I'm just going to go just lemon yellow on its own. I'm going to do the big trees all over here now, I think. Start off, that wasn't the right colour. Let's dry this a bit, the paper's too wet. Doesn't have to be bone dry, just drier than it was. And I'm just going to go with a bit of faint ultramarine and raw sienna, just to pop a few faint trees in the distance. And they go a little bit stronger, so I'm doing ultramarine, lemon yellow, the Payne's grey in there as well. These are coming right at the top of there. There's going to be a few trunks and things in front of these, so some of this will get covered up. I'm just going to suggest take a little rigger brush, bit of brown, bit of blue. Flicking it. Right. Let's get back to that green's coming along here. There's also a few trees on this left hand side as well, so I could have put it at the same time, but again, let's just pop them in like this. Just using the corner of the brush, bringing it down. Something like that. And there's another one next to it. Sitting on right at the top. Just see the trunk coming through bits. I'm going to clean the brush because I want to get to this bit of red, bit of burnt umber, and something like this. Not too much red, it's such a strong colour. Touch of blue in there just to vary it slightly. Back to the red. Blue just to brown, it's quite dark, see. And there's a few things just flicking on. I'm sort of going left and right and left and right. They're not too high because we lose a sense of scale. Obviously these ones are going far away, so just little dibs and dabs. Pop some of these a little bit big on this side now. Like that. Now underneath there, clean that brush again. Bit of raw sienna, bit of burnt on lemon yellow. Pushing it up there. So I'm a little bit dirty, so I'm just cleaning the brush a bit. Take the water off on the tea towel. Back into the lemon yellow, it should be nice and clean there. Bit of raw sienna. I want some big shadows down here, so I don't want to do this too dark. I want to keep it fairly light so that the shadows show up well. Such of ultramarine and burnt umber, the odd little dark bit here and there. Right, let's move over to the left hand side. We've got this light red burnt umber mix again. Just up there like that. That's going all the way back. Bit of ultramarine just to vary it slightly. Burnt umber. Let's clean the brush. I want to go back to green now. I'm going into that lemon yellow. From there, push it right up. I'm just trying to define where this path is coming through now. The green up there. What I'll do is just a little bit strong that was. Just want a hint of Going up there. Like I say, trying to keep that path nice and light. I want these shadows to really zig in the foreground. So let's just pull it flat, let's get it flat against this board. Let's see what I've got to work with. Right, now we've got some slightly closer trees now. I'm going to put them in a little bit stronger. So let's plenty of paint, brown, blue, lots of paint, lots of water. I'm using the rigger brush. We've got one, this one's sort of around here, something like that. That flicks around there like that. Twigs and branches all over the place. Might do a little bit of dry brush on that later. Come back to it in a bit. Again, a bit of brown, a bit of blue. I've got a big one, so I'm pushing down hard now this time. So I'm just sort of going like that as I'm going up. Get a sort of nice, random, natural trunk. Again, branches and twigs coming off either side. Might have a little bit of dry brush on there again in a bit, a little bit of foliage for now. That's enough. Some bigger twigs, branches coming off. Back to the brown and the blue. Now here, I was going to put it there, but see how they're equal distances. I'm just going to bring it slightly closer together. And again, see I'm pressing down, so I want a big thick branch, reload the brush, just continue that up, keep that width, keep the same width. These knobbly bits, that's where you can pull these branches out from. And it just makes it look more natural. A few twigs and things growing all over the place. A big twig up there. And then back to the brush. Again, we've got another one. Starts off round there like that and it comes round this way. Down there like that. I'll redo this bit in a minute. For now, I'm just concentrating on these things. And then I'm just going to stick the last. There's another one just down there. A little bit thinner, that one. Stuff. Strengthen this brackeny area. And quite, not too much water. Brown, blue, bit of red, just down up there like that. Bit of blue just to darken it. Same on this side. This bit down there, another sort of layer. This is sort of that. I like to stand out from there. Not forgetting this little bit down there. So on a more similar tone, just so that pop more. Again, back to the rigger brush. A few more things just growing here and there. Growing out of there. Right then, I think it's time. It's put a bit of. There's a few green leaves on these trees here, so I'm going to put them in next. So what I'm doing, I'm just squeezing the water out of this brush. Dry the brush on the tea towel, and then let's go into some lemon yellow. Bit of raw sienna as well. Lemon yellow. Ultramarine there as well. Don't want to paint over everything I've just done, so I'm not going to try and stop before I get too far. There's a big bush up here, I forgot, big tree rather. Tree just cuts across this one here. I don't think that's really, that's just made it worse, any. I'm not going to pop any more now, I don't think. Just made that look a bit of a mess. Let's just pop a few things coming out of there, try and rescue it. In brown, blue. Now looking at the reference, I think I want to put some shadows in there. There's no shadows. It was a dull day, so I'm thinking the most dramatic way I can get the shadows in, maybe just straight across here, to these trees, and just come straight across. Similar to the last painting I did. So I'm going to go with that, I think. So let me mix the shadow mix. So I don't want too much water. Bit of brown, blue and red, mix them all together. I'm looking for just a bluey sort of colour, bluey grey. And when I've got that, what I do, I just want to get enough on my brush, so I'll just do the whole lot in one go, then have to reload. Right then, so I'm thinking the sun's coming down here, something like that. So I'm just cutting straight across there like that with these trees. And just following the contours. It's obviously a little bit thinner. Twigs and the branches and things going on, just trying to reflect some of those down below. Something like that. I don't want to get too mad. I think I'm tempted to leave it at that, to be honest with you, before I just go too far. One other thing I do want to do, I just want to stick a, gotta get the figure in. That's pretty dry. Just want a little couple of shadows, same direction. Something like that. Little bird in the sky. And then I'm going to finish it off by putting my name in the corner. Let's stick a base on it and see what it looks like. So here's the finished painting, all mounted up. So let's compare it to the photograph. So you can see the most striking distance. There's no sun, so there's very little in terms of shadow. So I've had to make it up. So I've imagined the sun's over in this direction up here somewhere, and it's casting these shadows straight across this foreground path, which I deliberately kept light, so that the shadows would show up better and look more dramatic. So if you're looking at this area, you see all these just a whole mass of trees, some going all the way back, look to the horizon line, coming forward until we got these big foreground trunks there. So I've tried to replicate that, the very lightest tones, you can see very watery wash there in the distance, and then bringing it forward, adding a bit more stronger paint until we get these foreground trees again, put in really dark. Now recently I've switched to the rigger brush putting these in, using that sort of method I showed you. I think you get much more natural looking trunks rather than less sort of straight, rigid looking things that you possibly get with the height brush. So I mean, I've kept all the elements pretty much in the same place, as well as no shadows. We've got no focal points either. Well, I mean, I've used the focal point of a little man walking his dog in the painting. So you can sort of look all the way around, the sort of path leads you up to the little man with his dog, just walking off over into the distance. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I hope you was painting along with me. If you are, you can always post your pictures on the Patreon community page over there, so we can all see what you're up to. So until next time, thanks for watching, keep practicing. Any questions, please ask, and I'll see you again soon.